So today we're going to be going live to talk about the beginner data engineering bootcamp that is going to be starting today with the kickoff, and the first piece of content will be launched on Monday. So it'll be really great. Today we're just going to be going over the different materials and everything that we are going to be talking about. I'm going to give people about like 1 or 2 minutes to kind of like, hey, cool. Welcome everyone to the August 16th kickoff, 15th kickoff, whatever we are here. We're going to be doing a free beginner bootcamp. A lot of y'all have said that my content is too complicated and that you need the beginner. You need to be spoon-fed everything from the absolute fucking beginning of the, I don't know, from being a random person on the street to like being an expert data engineer. And I've had a lot of resistance to making this content, mostly because like there is so many other materials out there that already have this. Right. But like, because there's been so much energy on this, I was like, okay, let's create something here. And hopefully there's going to be some good energy around this. And like, hopefully y'all take this seriously. Cause it's like, at the end of the day, like if you don't take this seriously, like it's going to ultimately be taken down at some point. Right. And like understand that like, if you just, you watch this and you're like, okay, I could learn data engineering today. Take it seriously. Honestly, just take it seriously. If you don't take it seriously, I'm just gonna be super annoyed. And let's just get into it, right? So welcome. Yeah, we're gonna be probably about 5 weeks. It's gonna be 4 to 5 weeks of content here. So get ready for that. It's gonna be all free. You're welcome. And I'm gonna teach you a lot about data engineering, about just the basics, the fundamentals. We're gonna talk about Python, SQL, a lot of stuff. We're gonna be going over the curricula here in just a second. So what we're going to cover today, we're going to talk about why you made a great decision joining this program. We'll also cover like how to join if you haven't joined yet. And make sure to invite your friends because obviously it's free. And we can say how to get the most out of this boot camp because a lot of you are just going to completely, a majority, 98% of you on this call, or there's like 500 people on this call right now, right? 480 of you are going to set this opportunity on fire and not do anything. 20 of you are going to actually pull through. And I'm mostly speaking to the 20. The other 480 people on this call right now, like, I don't give a shit about you. I'm talking about the 20 people who are actually going to follow through. And we're going to talk to them specifically about how to get the most out of this bootcamp. Then we have the curriculum bootcamp structure, right? And then we'll talk about the difference between this bootcamp and the paid one, because everyone asked that question 5 trillion million times. And then we'll talk about study groups. We'll be creating some study groups based on time zone. So you'll be put into groups of about 4 or 5 people that will allow you to kind of stay motivated. And then we'll have some policies and structures. There's not very many policies and structures here because this is free. So there's not very much skin in the game, but let's get into it. So why you made a great decision. We learn here as a community, right? We take learning very seriously here. Sometimes like you guys might notice that I might even have like a negative bent towards it because like it comes back to like, we could try to be like Duolingo and be like, hey, let's make learning fun. But I don't know if you know, there's a lot of people who have been doing Duolingo streaks on there for like 5 years, and they've like not really learned Spanish, right? Because it comes back to like, you have to take things a little bit more seriously to like actually learn it and not like just play through like learning through playing games and stuff like that. So at the end of the day, like that's the whole point of this program is we're here to actually get people to learn and actually get people to grow. And you joined a community, not for the next 6 weeks, for at least a year. I would hope that you guys stick around in the Discord for a long time and you keep learning and keep growing with us together. That is the dream here, is that remember that like I can't teach you everything in 4 weeks. That's not possible. Like I've been doing data engineering for 11 years. And so like at the end of the day, like if you want to actually grow your career, you're going to need to learn a lot more. So how to get the most out of this boot camp, right? So we're going to be doing a couple things here. If you follow these principles, you'll find this experience to be life-changing. Remember, life-changing. Ask questions and be social. We're here to make friends. Make sure to talk with the people who you get put into your group with, right? It's going to be kind of random. It'll be based on time zone. Be kind of random, and you'll get a bunch of people who will like show up, and it'll be pretty cool. And then attend the lectures and do the homework. Do the fucking homework, right? Like you got to understand that like at the end of the day, like a lot of y'all, like, so keeping in mind, so 500 people on this call, like 200 of you will probably watch most of the lectures, right? But then again, 20 of you will do the homework. Right. So, and remember that like watching something, right, as a lecture, you remember 15%. If you do the homework, you remember 60%. Right. So it's literally 5 times better to do the homework. Like if you had to opt between the two, listening to me yap versus like doing the homework, like do the homework. Just don't even listen to me. Just do the homework and you will learn more. right? You will learn more through struggle because data engineering is an engineering discipline, and engineering is a building discipline. And you learn by building, right? You don't learn by listening to some random dude on the internet yap about it, right? I know that that's a part of it that you have to do, right? Because that's just how learning and education works. But at the end of the day, it's like, if you don't listen to any of my content and you just do the homework, I would be more proud of you, right? Just remember that. Remember that, because guess what? Remember, 2% of people actually do it. 2%. All right. Build pipelines on the infrastructure we give you. We'll be using a lot of Docker, a lot of interesting kind of Airflow Docker pipelines here. You're going to need to get some other free trials here with like probably Snowflake or something like that. We'll be using Snowflake or Trino or something like that as well. I haven't completely decided yet on like how we're going to be doing the data pipeline stuff, but we're definitely using Airflow, 100% using Airflow, and that'll be great. So you'll be building data pipelines like the right way. And then if you are a try-hard attendee, post all your learnings on LinkedIn. Post all of it. Learn in public, right? Get feedback, right? Build your brand and like actually like talk about your learning journey. And guess what? Because if you can like summarize and like take in all of my information and try to teach it yourself, that's another way that the material actually sticks, right? Remember, like if you're just listening to me yap, 15%, doing the homework, 50%, teaching it to others is 75%, right? So like that's the most effective way to learn. The most effective way to learn is try to teach something to someone else. Then and that's why instructors and people have like the most solid grasp on concepts, right? So like at the end of the day, like I know most of you are going to let me down and just watch the material. Fine. A lot of you have lives and like kids and other priorities, and you don't really give that much of a shit about data engineering to begin with. And then a lot of you guys are going to do the homework and make me proud, right? And then there's going to be a select few of you who are going to do the homework, make me proud, and post about it, and teach others, and become a leader yourself, right? And guess what? That's going to be amazing, because then like you're not like, you can use this free opportunity to start building your brand on LinkedIn. And if you tag me in this content, I will engage and it will boost you, and you will get more reach, and you will get more followers, and you'll gain that, and you'll get more visibility on LinkedIn, and you'll have more people showing up, and like you'll have more people showing up in your inbox to get you a job. So like, just remember that like there's way more to this than just learning. Learning is like literally like 5% of this, right? It's more about making friends, networking, and building up stuff like that. And if you just focused on that and you're like, data engineering is bullshit and I'm just here to make friends and have a good time, you would probably get more out of this than if you're like super obsessed with data engineering. So just remember that like that there's so many ways that you can get stuff out of this boot camp, but like this is the most important things to remember. Curricula. So week one and week 2 are going to be merged. This is going to be a 4-week boot camp, and the ordering here is going to be a little bit different. But week one will be why you should pick data engineering and SQL basics. We're going to be going over just like our absolute basic commands with SQL, so that you can really understand like how to write simple pipelines with joins and group by and insert, and just like really how to like read and write data effectively with SQL. Then week 2 is going to be all about Python. Python will be week 2. And then week 3 is going to be data modeling, where we're going to cover how to do fact and dimension. So you can think of like fact is like your events, like I clicked this button at this time, or I signed up and made this purchase at this time. Those are facts. Dimensions are like, these are my users, or these are my listings, or these are my cars, or these are my, you can think of it as like the nouns. Like you can think of like facts as like the verbs that happen, and dimensions as the nouns that do the verbs. And like that's how you really build really powerful data models. That'll be week 3. And then week 4 is flipped here. Data pipeline will be week 4, where we put it all together. And then there is a 5th week here where there's not material that week, but I will be giving you guys a capstone project to work on that you can then show off to employers. And like, if you do all of this shit, like I promise, if you do this, you will be in September, in a very short amount of time, you will be feeling way more confident about the future and way more confident about what you're trying to do in life, right? And it's like not that hard. I'm not asking that much from you guys. So like, just freaking breathe and like really focus on this stuff, and you will find that like you'll get there. But keeping in mind, most of you won't. I've already done these before. Most of you won't. Remember, 98% of you aren't going to do it. So like, and like, just be exceptional, right? Be exceptional. Be part of the 2%. So a bootcamp structure, right? All the classes are pre-recorded, and one lesson will be uploaded each day on YouTube and our website. That each day might be a little bit different. I will give you the schedule as it comes out. I still need to record some of this content, so that will be it. So you can find we will have a playlist on YouTube for the beginner bootcamp at exactly underscore. That will be the YouTube channel that you're going to check out. You can find the videos on the programs page. So if you go to learn.dataexpert.io/programs, that's where you can get access to the absolutely free beginner bootcamp. And then we will be publishing the schedule here by Monday. That will be the other big thing, that we will have like more of a schedule of things that will be going. Hopefully I can get like maybe 1 or 2 Q&As as well in there for people in the bootcamp. So we will we also have a GitHub called the Data Engineer Handbook. The Data Engineer Handbook is where all of this material will be. That's also where the 6-week community bootcamp is, the one that a lot of you have probably already completed. That one is already in the Data Engineer Handbook. This is like essentially the prerequisites to that bootcamp. So like at the end of the day, like if you take this bootcamp and then you do that bootcamp, like you got to understand, like, okay, so you take this boot camp 5 weeks, right? Then you take that boot camp 6 weeks, all right? So that means that in October, you will have a capstone project and you will know everything that you need to know to interview, to be a good data engineer and actually get a job, all right? So what, that's freaking 3 months? Can you give me 3 months of your time? And what do I expect in return? Absolutely fucking nothing. All right? Like just understand like what I'm trying to give you guys right now, and wake up. Wake, all right? Thank you. And so what is the difference? There's a lot of difference, right? So the free bootcamp offers 5 weeks of detailed content, right? We have lectures and labs, AI graded homework. Then there's a community in Discord, and then notifications via email and WhatsApp when new content drops. The paid bootcamp has way more, right? So you get weekly small audience Q&As with Zach, where I can give you very detailed career advice. There's 2 industry expert speakers each week where you can talk with essentially 2 famous, and that's also small audience. There's usually about 40 or 50 people in that audience. So you can directly ask a question to 2 famous people each week. We do everything in the cloud in the paid bootcamp. So there's Snowflake, Trino, DBT, way more in-depth Spark. Well, and this bootcamp's not covering Spark, but we have AWS Glue, Iceberg, Spark Streaming, Kafka, more in-depth Airflow. There's like a lot of powerful content that is available in the cloud that you can get right now immediately if you want, and it's just going to be amazing, and you can just go and do that depending on what level you're at, right? So like if you're interested in that, hit me up and I can get you a pretty solid discount code. Just hit me up either on LinkedIn or wherever, on whatever social you can hit me up, or support@dataexpert.io. We can get you a pretty good discount code for that. And then you can just like skip all of this and just go right into learning on the cloud, and you will have a better time anyways. So that's why paying is better, right? A capstone project that you'll get detailed feedback on. The capstone project that I'm going to give you here, I'm going to give you jack shit feedback on. You just can do it, and like you can do it or not do it. I don't give a shit. Then detailed TA support, right? So we have dedicated TA support for talented data engineers. So we have a bunch of people who are going to help you answer all your questions. You get none of that support in the free bootcamp. The free bootcamp is other students can help you, and that's it. Do not ping me with questions. If you ping me with questions on the free bootcamp, I will be pissed off, because there's 50,000 of you, and if all of you ask me a question every day, that is absolute insanity, and that's not going to work, right? And then also the paid bootcamp, you get you can deploy any pipelines you want in the cloud for free for a year, right? You get an entire year. And then we also give you access to paid APIs like Scraping Dog and Polygon and Rentcast. There's a bunch of like really awesome, rich third-party APIs that you can build projects with, that a lot of people have built these really interesting like meme coin trading apps and stock trading apps with. It's freaking really cool. And it's free, like once you have access to the paid bootcamp. And then obviously, I think probably one of the more important things is like we have mentorship and job interview training when you get certified. That's going to be the other big difference. We do not help you with job interview here. This is free. Just remember all of that as like we go through the rest of this course. So how study groups work, there's going to be 2 things here. Reach out to people on Discord through the global regions channel to form your study groups. That's one way to do it. Like we will also be handing you a small study group, because a lot of times the global regions is going to be like a lot of people. So I just remember, I do not answer questions on DMs. Like the community, this is all about community. Like, and because like if you guys bombard me with DMs, all it does is make me not want to do this. right? It makes me not want to give back because it's like I can't answer questions. There's too many of you. It's free. You guys are not giving me anything in return. So like that's the thing you got to remember. Like I'm not going to answer DMs, and neither will the TAs. This is all about like you need to talk with the people in the community and be resourceful. Do it that way. Be smart, right? We learn together here, right? And the Discord is set up in a way that's good, right? Also, like don't spam in the Discord. We will ban you really quickly. Like we are very like stringent about the quality of content that is in our Discord, right? Just don't be spamming crazy random shit and like trying to promote your course or promote your shit. Like just freaking like focus on learning and you'll be good. How to submit homework. So like the homework will be in the programs page, and you can get your homework. You need to go to learn.dataexpert.io, and that will be where you can join that academy, and then that's where you can submit your homework. You need to zip up your homework into a zip file, and then you will then submit your homework via that. It'll probably be like SQL queries and Python code and stuff like that. For your attendance to be counted, you need to watch the videos on learn.dataexpert.io. The videos are on YouTube, but they don't count if they're on YouTube, right? Because on YouTube, they don't count because I can't track your view. I can't track your view time on YouTube. I can track your view time on learn.dataexpert.io because I have JavaScript that tracks your view time and it links it to your account. So that's the only way I can get you a certificate, right? So you have to watch all the videos and submit all the homework, and then you can get certified. Keeping in mind, 2% of you are going to do it. There's 50,000 of you. There's going to be 500 of you who actually do it. Maybe 1,000 of you. Maybe 1,000. So meet our team. You know, this isn't just me. I'm not the only one who's doing this. We behind the scenes, we have Matali and we have Bruno. Bruno's an amazing instructor as well. And then we have Wan Wu. Wan Wu is behind the scenes doing a lot of the infrastructure stuff. And so I'm going to open it up to questions now, because I'm sure there's questions, probably millions of questions here that y'all might have. So go ahead and shoot your shot, shoot your questions. I'm very excited to get this free bootcamp going, right? So where do we get the link to the Discord channel? Great question. So let me show you where you go. So if you go to learn.dataexpert.io, right, you click here. Then you can join the bootcamp, right? So if I join the bootcamp, right, it's going to ask me to sign in, right? Okay, then I'm just going to go ahead and I'm gonna sign in real quick, right? Okay, so now I signed in. Now I'm going to join, right? Okay, now I have like 1 million. You're not going to have this because like my account looks really insane, but then there's going to be like okay, so you're going to have this like the absolutely free beginner data engineering bootcamp. So you can go to this page here, and then you go to credentials, right? And then in credentials, you're going to see Discord here, right? Then you hit activate, right? Then this will give you a Discord link that then you can freaking open. And then this will send you into the Discord community, right? Perfect, right? So that's how you get into the Discord community. You can also get access to GitHub, right? So we have a GitHub organization as well that is important for you to also join. And you'll see we have 7,000 people in this GitHub organization. And it's a special organization, 100%. I highly recommend joining the Data Expert Community Organization as well. We're going to be doing some interesting events and stuff there as well. So that's how you join the Discord, is like you just go to credentials, hit activate, and then you're good to go, right? And then you'll see it's all kind of good to go here. So ooh, that's like a little buggy. I need to fix that. That's like a freaking strange problem. Okay, I think that fixed it, right? Okay, now this one's buggy. So random. Okay, that's something we need to fix. That's a bug we introduced. We'll fix that problem in a bit. But anyways, the Discord link is not active anymore. Data with Zach. I tried that. Well, okay. Well, then talk with, reach out to support@dataexpert.io, and that will be good, right? Is Bruno's DBT course included in the subscription, or is his course separate? So the subscription includes a lot of Bruno's DBT stuff, right? So if you look at the Data Expert community, right? So if we go to like program, all access subscription, right? And we go to overview, and you can kind of see in here, like, let's go to like the analytics. This should be like this one, analytics engineering bootcamp starting April 14th. So this is part of the of the bootcamp. And in here, you'll see we have Snowflake and DBT basics, and then we have advanced DBT. So this like 8 hours of content here. This 8 hours of content is all taught by Bruno, which is going to be like somewhat similar content to what he has on Data Gym. It's a little bit different, but it's very quite similar. And so yeah, he does teach that. It's not the same as the stuff that he recently did there, right? So you suggest taking the absolute free beginner bootcamp before bootcamp community edition? Depends on what level you're at. If you are an absolute basic person, right? I think that's probably the thing, right? Yeah. The Discord link doesn't work for me. Well, just give it some time, y'all. Like freaking, I don't know. There's like freaking like 1,000 people on this live right now, and it's probably like my site is probably a little bit freaking cranky. But like, yeah, I would say so you do this bootcamp first, because this bootcamp's gonna be super fucking basic, right? When is the next paid analytics engineering bootcamp? That's gonna be in a month. It'll be September 15th. So we'll have September 15th is gonna be the next paid analytics engineering bootcamp. So we will be doing September 15th will be the next paid one there. It will actually be a combined one. Like you can either do analytics engineering or data engineering or both, right? So that's like the way that I would be thinking about it, right? So yeah, this should be really good, right? How long do we have access to the bootcamp community edition? That's a good question. Like for some time, right? Right. Is there more advanced stuff after the boot camp? Yes. So like the basic boot camp, right? So let's go back. Let's freaking kind of show people like why this is where like freaking okay, like it's so tricky to answer people's questions sometimes. Okay, so we have this basic content, right? This is the basic content. This is what we're going to be covering over the next 5 weeks. And then the absolutely free beginner bootcamp also gives you access to the community bootcamp, right? And this content is very complex. This content, like most people, they're gonna eat shit in this content, trying to learn this content, especially if you have no experience. Like, but this is like, if you learn this first and then you go into this, you will be very happy, because then you can do all of this over the next 3 months, and then you'll be feeling much better about your life, right? And because remember, the prerequisites are you have a pulse. Like I can literally take anyone. Like that's the whole idea, right? Is that we can have like one of the least technical people in the world can take this content, right? That's the idea, right? And so we will be moving quickly, but I will be starting from pretty fundamental stuff. So, but like you do this first, then you do this, right? This content's already filmed. The intermediate and advanced content is already filmed. Some of you might want to just start with that, depending on what level of experience you're in, right? Right? Anyone from PST or C State interested in working together? Yeah, there's probably going to be someone, right? I went to the credentials tab and it says I don't have access. I have indirect access. Can you look at this? Like you probably are on the wrong page, right? You probably are on like you're on the community bootcamp page, right? I don't know, man. Like that's like we'll see. Like there's I have a hard time trying to understand dimensional data modeling arrays and structs. Can I restart with the beginner course first? Yes. Yes. What is the difference between beginner course and community bootcamp? Sometimes people ask the most ridiculous questions. I just said that, right? The beginner bootcamp is freaking for like people who literally know jack shit. They know nothing, right? And then there's going to be people on the other side. So I just found this on YouTube. How do I join? So if you go to learn.dataexpert.io, learn.dataexpert.io is where you join, right? CyberSec Bootcamp, same website? No, it's not. Like we will be doing that a little bit later. Can you be more specific about homework part, how to submit? So the homework, let's go to a homework example, right? So let's go to like, okay, so on this page, you're going to be working on this page a lot, right? So this is going to be the page that you're going to start on. And then what you go to is like, so you go to dimensional data modeling, right? And then you see this assignment down here that we will be adding assignments as we go here, keeping in mind that we're not dropping all the content at once. It's not even filmed yet. You guys understand. I'm going to be busting my entire fucking ass over the next week to get you guys this content. But anyways, like you go to like dimensional data modeling, you go here, right? And then it's like, okay, then we go and we choose like a zip file. Let's go find the random. I have a random zip file somewhere here. Okay, let's find one here. That's okay. See this submissions.zip. Okay, so then I have a zip file here, right? This zip file will have like Python code and SQL code in it, whatever, right? Then you can hit submit assignment. So now it uploaded the assignment. Now it's going to be like, I think we still need it. We have a fix here that we need to do. So like sometimes you need a refresh here, but like, so this is going to, we'll give this a second. This is a bug I'm working on, but so this uploaded. And then I think if I refresh here, so you see, then I got my, I got my grade. I got an A, right? And then you can see, here's my LLM feedback of like what I did. And then it shows like, it'll give you a lot of feedback, right? So it says, thanks for your submission. You've tackled several complex SQL operations from deduplication and table creation, right? And so like, because if you look at like the actual like zip file there, I'm sure that's something that like some of y'all are interested in. So let's go to like that download, and there's like this submissions. So we'll just open the zip here, right? And then we should be able to like, can we see the zip? Where's that submission zip? Can we like fold? I have way too much shit in my folders. Like you guys like how like disorganized I am? Okay, folders. Then we should have a zip here somewhere, right? What LS what submission? It should be like submission 5 maybe. Is it one of these? It's like, yeah, no, I think it's it should be like, it's one of these guys. Yeah, I think it's this submissions ddl.sql, and then we submit these SQL files and Python files, and then you zip them up, right? So then you can say like compress, right? And then that turns it into a zip, right? And then that is what you submit, right? And so we need to fix that. There's like, usually all of this happens in real time, and then you can see all like the flow. You don't even have to refresh. I need to see what's going on there. There's a small bug, but yeah. Anyways, that's how you submit homework, right? AI grading is kind of fire if it works well. I haven't looked into that, but that's interesting for sure. Yeah, it's great. I have already completed the community edition. Would you still recommend doing the beginner bootcamp to revise the basics, or would that be a waste of time? Probably a waste of time. If you felt confident, like if you felt confident doing the freaking beginner bootcamp or doing the community bootcamp, like I would not recommend doing the beginner bootcamp. Like the beginner bootcamp is going to be the like not the way to do it, right? I would say, right. So yeah. You say where to find course content. Remember, nothing is posted yet, right? So you got to learn.dataexpert.io, right? Nothing's posted yet, so you got to go here, right? Yeah, I'm currently doing the free community bootcamp. When does it end? It ends. It ends. That's what I'm gonna let you guys know. It ends, right? I'm gonna let you guys know it ends, right? That's all I'm gonna say, right? I respect how straightforward you are. It's like, yeah, because like freaking when I offer free shit, people ask the most stupid questions sometimes, and like I'm just like, here, right? How do you see the future of data engineering? It's very, 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 very bright, right? The future of data engineering is incredibly bright because AI is catching fire, and like AI at the end of the day just needs data, right? Right. So that's the way I would be thinking about it, right? That would be like how I would be stepping through stuff. Can you do a YouTube short on the 4 levels of Snowflake BigQuery? I need to do more YouTube shorts, but like right now I'm focusing on this content. I'm focusing on long form content, right? Right. I saw on LinkedIn that there is going to be a free AWS Solutions Architect Bootcamp. Do you think it's better to take it after the beginner bootcamp? And does it have a strong link to data engineering? It does not have a link to data engineering at all. It's going to be a solutions architect, right? It's not really related to data engineering. So, and that would be the way to think about it, right? How did the AI engineering bootcamp go? What percentage of students actually completed the course? Good question. So we did great there, right? So the AI engineering bootcamp had a lot of snaps, right? Because it's like, every time you do a beta, any beta bootcamp is always like a little bit like tricky because you have to like freaking like roll out the content and it's a little rough. But like in that bootcamp, 92% of people said it was worth the money, right? And then 85% of people completed the content, right? So that would be the way to do it, right? This free bootcamp will end in September. Yes, it will end at the end of September. You get 6 weeks. I don't give a shit, right? Just finish it. Like actually, that's what I'm trying to say is like freaking, because it's like, if I like don't do that, if I don't freaking like give you guys a timeline and I'm like, hey, this material's here forever. Guess what? All of you will just be like, oh, I will just do it later. I will just fucking do it later, right? And then guess what? You just won't do it, right? Especially because it's free and you don't give a shit, right? Because you're not paying. So like I have to do something to like fuck with your mind to actually make you give a shit. So yes, end of September, this is cooked, right? Why are you focusing on Python instead of Rust and Go? Because Python is used in 89%. I think it's 89% of data engineering roles. 89%, right? 89% of data engineering roles use Python. What? I think the number of data engineering roles that use Rust and Go, I think is like 1%. Because the other 10% use Scala, right? So it's like freaking, why would I use Rust and Go to teach data engineering? Like, it's like freaking, that's like very, 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 very few roles. Like in the whole world, the number of data engineers that use Rust and Go is probably like a couple hundred in the whole world, right? So like, it's like freaking, that's why, right? When is the first content of the bootcamp actually going to be posted? I'm so excited to learn because I just got into programming and data engineering. Monday. So just get your friends in, invite, right? All that stuff, right? Your thoughts on AI hype versus reality. Would data ends drop if AI bubble bursts? So like AI hype versus reality, right? I would say that like there's a lot of hype, but there's also a lot of reality here, right? You have to learn Cursor. You have to learn how to like code with freaking AI. So that's like the way to think about it, right? Like definitely just do that, right? I would 100% think that like you got to do it, right? So that would be the way to do it, right? I would definitely think that that would be the way to do it, right? Okay, let's see. Are we going to cover stuff like Windows functions and CTE, more advanced stuff? Yes. $1,500 a year for paid bootcamp, and with discount, how much would it be? I'm interested in the paid one also. Like, reach out. I can get you probably like 30% off, so it'd be like $1,000 probably, right? Probably $1,000, not 1,500. I can get you in for $1,000, which is great. It's less than $100 a month, right? And you can freaking like better yourself. Like even if you just do it for a couple of weeks, it's still worth it, right? Like freaking, I would say that, right? Apart from data engineering, AI, which field do you see pop off in the next couple of years? Content creation, right? Content creation, freaking personal branding, marketing, right? AI generated content, all that stuff's going to be freaking great, right? I'm a Java guy. How much I would be successful in this bootcamp? Like Java's great. I learned Java first, right? I learned Java and then Python. So like I would say that, right? If we take the paid bootcamp, then there aren't any prerequisites. I would say like if you, depending on what level you're at, I would say like you're going to be doing that. Are you teaching Databricks? No, I'm not teaching Databricks at all. Definitely not. How much AI advancement do you see restructuring the way data engineering works? I mean, it's going to help us create pipelines faster, right? It's just like you can think of it as like Google. You know how Google made everything faster, right? That's going to be great, right? And so I would say that's a big thing. What are common mistakes beginners make when they are in the bootcamp? They give up. They give the fuck up. Right when they face the very first hurdle where they're like, I don't understand. Instead of fucking asking questions, they give the fuck up, right? That is the number one mistake, right? And if you just don't do that and you actually are like, oh, this is something I don't understand. I need to ask a question. I need to dig deeper. I need to ask fucking Chat GPT, right? Because remember, right, if there's anything that you do, like you have at your fingertips, you have the entire breadth of the human experience and human knowledge, right? So like just remember that, right? Freaking here, one second. I'm gonna stop the screen share so you guys can like see my face. There we go. Let's go with that because it's like we don't need the screen share anymore. What's your opinion on building production level apps using Cursor Windsurf? I do it all the time. Data Expert, Learn.Data Expert is built with Cursor, right? 100%. It's built with Cursor. Like my whole platform is built with Cursor. I've built a freaking multi-million-dollar business with Cursor. So like Windsurf is right? When is the paid bootcamp starting? September 15th. We're going to be launching sales next week, right? 100%, right? Coming from test automation background, do you think I have a chance to switch into data engineering? Yes. You just got to learn Python, right? That'd be the way to do it. Sorry if this was answered, but I can't find a way to join the Discord. Here, let me just get you guys a fucking link. I'll get you guys a link right now, and like hopefully you guys can like share it with your friends so that like you guys can just have a link as well. We can just have. Oh, let me make it like one of those like never expiring links, so you can just like have a link as well. So like here, have a link, everybody. So I don't like, obviously that might be a hard link to share with people. If you're on another platform, share this link with your friends. This is going to be the way to do things, right? So I would just recommend like doing that and just like going through stuff, right? So just like, remember, like if you're doing this and you're trying to like go through and be a beginner, right? Remember that like you need to freaking focus, right? Yeah. Right. I got laid off. Can you help me in paid bootcamp? Yes, I've helped tons of people get jobs who've been laid off. That's literally like probably like, especially like if you have experience, if you have a couple years of experience, right, then that would be exactly the way to do it. Right. Are you planning any in-person meetups in California? I'd love to join if you are. Probably. I mean, I don't do in-person as much. I probably should. Right. I think that's probably something that's interesting. Hey, Zach, what is your honest opinion on someone considering pivoting into data when they're 35? You're talking like you're freaking 85 right now. If you're 85, I think it's too late. But if you're 35, like you're still really young. Think about it this way. Like if you're 35, you can work in data for the next 30 years. 30 years. That's a long fucking time, right? That's a very long time, right? So that would be the way that I'd be thinking about this, right? Like, so that's the way I would be thinking about it, right? Analytics engineering versus data engineering in terms of future job outlook pay. I think analytics engineering is a little bit safer in some regards because analytics engineering is closer to the business and you have to understand the business a little bit more deeply and you have to understand like metrics and you have to like kind of act a little bit more like a product manager because I think product managers are really safe because they're very strategic and they like essentially have to tell the AI what to do. But data engineering is also really safe in a lot of regards, just because like data modeling and conceptual data modeling and understanding all that stuff is still very far away from what AI can do correctly and effectively over a long period of time. So that would be the way that I'd be thinking about this, right? So like here, I'm just gonna post the Discord link again. Just everyone, hopefully that Discord works. I mean, if that link doesn't work, I'm sorry. Like figure it out yourself. Like, what are your thoughts on Fabric? I fucking hate Fabric. If you follow me on LinkedIn, you know Fabric is like, I don't know, but if your company wants you to work on it, good for them. Fabric is like literally the worst. Like, who is the best data engineer you have ever worked with? I would say that's a close one. Depends on what you mean by best. I think that there's like best in two ways. There's one that is like most technical and who can write the most scalable pipelines, and then there's best who's like who can get people to freaking collaborate the best, right? And those are two different skills and they're very different. So I'd say Nikita Gupta, like she was my best collaborative data engineer, and like her career took off, right? Like she's like gonna be a VP at Meta soon. Like she has like 8 years of experience and she's a VP. Right, so she has an unbelievable way to do it, right? The paid bootcamp for data engineer will be when? September 15th, be in like about a month. It'll be right after this, right? Why does Reddit hate you? I don't get it. Yeah, right. It's good. It's a good question, right? I also have been trying my best. I'm also in r/data engineering. I'm in the top 1% of content creators in r/data engineering. So it's just that there's a loud vocal minority of people who just really fucking despise me. Will there be a way I can ask a question on the data expert website if I get confused? Discord. And no, you're not going to ask the staff. You're going to ask community, right? That's going to be the way to do it, right? Right. Right. Yeah, I went through the AE paid bootcamp and almost got staff DE at Meta. I know almost doesn't count, but still, Zach is the GOAT. Thank you, Ildar. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It's like just the fact that you got those interviews and got through it. And like, because staff DE is like 500K, dude. That's so great, right? So will I have access to the community bootcamp after 5 weeks? Maybe, right? You got to remember, like, I'm just trying to help you guys understand that, like, I'm no guarantees. I'm not guaranteeing fucking anything here, right? It comes back to like, you guys have to understand that, like October rolls around, all of this is gone, right? Just like definitely by Halloween, like you can think of it as like spooky ghost time, and then I'm gonna ghost your asses. All right, so like just remember that. How do you keep yourself up to date with all the latest data engineering stuff? Having good friends and like reading content, right? What's your favorite student excuse? I mean, there's a couple there. Like, I feel like I love the one that's like, I just don't have time. I don't have time is my favorite, because it's like at the end of the day, right? If you look at the average human right now, the average human spends 5 hours a day on their phone. 5 hours. 5 hours a day. All right. And I'm asking for one. I'm not asking you to cut TikTok out. I'm asking you to just not mindlessly fucking scroll. Right. So it is what it is. Can you please give an overview of your free bootcamp? That will be at the beginning, right? That'll be at the beginning. Like, where you can just go back through and it will happen, right? 100%, right? Zach, I am not from technical background, but I have basic Python knowledge. Is Java really required for me to prevail in data engineering? No, Python is what you need. Basic Python, and then going that way further. Do you help prepare for interviews for free? No. Like, freaking rookie numbers. I spend like 10 hours a day. That's what I'm saying, dude. Denny's, you got it, right? And I guess it's like freaking that, like, I don't know. I just feel like people, like, when they say they don't have time, almost everyone has time. Like, I think there's small exceptions where it's like, if you are like a parent with a couple kids and you're working a job, I get it. I think that's like one of the few exceptions, right? But that would be the way to do it. I would say this guy's saying Java is not necessary to prevail in data engineering. Java's not that relevant in data engineering anymore. What coding platform would you suggest for a beginner to learn coding effectively? This beginner bootcamp, right? I'm a data science undergrad at the top university in UK. My question is, what industry is the best to go into and best for entrepreneurial opportunity? Content creation for sure. Because it's like, I was a data engineer, right? And I made like $500,000 a year as a data engineer, right? It was great, right? But now I make multiple millions as a content creator, right? I went from like 500K to like 2 million. All right, 500K to 2 million. All right, I get taxed to oblivion now. Like, I pay more in taxes now than I made at Airbnb. That's a crazy thing to think about, right? Do we have access to data modeling and other free existing bootcamp content included? Yes. Like it's not available yet, but like some of the more advanced data modeling concepts are available, and that stuff you can definitely you can go through. How useful can Linux be with a DE career? Very useful. Like Linux is super important if you're working with Docker and containers, and like you have like if you are not on like a platform like Databricks and Snowflake, and you have more of like the tie everything together kind of stuff. I think that's the way to think about it, right? I'm a data engineer with 5 years of experience. I'm ready to make a leap to senior role with advanced DE and AI combined. Do you have a roadmap for this? I actually do. Here, let me show you guys that. Like that's actually a very so if I like here, I'll just share my screen again. So let's go to blog. So blog.dataexpert.io. And then there's this one. There's like this that the 2025 AI enabled data engineering roadmap. Right. So if you just like go through this content, like if you Google this, I'm pretty sure if you Google this, it will come up. Like I'm like, I don't know, maybe not, but like oh, I love this. Yeah, I love all the freaking sponsored shit. Like, but then I'm the first actual hit. Like the actual first not look at this fucking Databricks Snowflake trying to buy my keywords right now. All right, I'm right here though. So like if you just Google the 2025 AI enabled the data engineering roadmap, you're gonna have to give me $10 for that though. That's paywalled content. But like I would say that that's gonna be the way to do it, right? Is bootcamp going to end September 1st? Will it get extended? October 1st. We'll do October 1st. I'll be a generous God. All right. Thank you guys. How will the free bootcamp be run? Like, I'm not going over that again. Like, just watch watch the stream again from the beginning, and that's going to be the way to do it. Is classes really needed in data engineering or only basic Python, like for machine learning? I don't know what that means. Like, as an international student, can you help with job search and referrals if I take the paid course? Yes, 100%. We have that. That's exactly what we try to do, right? That's the way to do it. I would definitely say that. What's the difference between this bootcamp and the bootcamp you made last year? Free bootcamp. This bootcamp is for absolute basic bitches. This bootcamp is for freaking people who know fucking nothing. This bootcamp is for people who complained, the thousands of you who complained that my other bootcamp was too difficult. All right. Will people get access to community edition at the beginning of September once beginner course? They get access to it immediately. They don't get access to it right now. They get access to it immediately, right? The Discord channel is mess if using to connect. I felt the content was great, but community building was negligible. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Great. I love you. The comments like this are great. They're really great. They're really great, right? Like I love it. Like, is there a better way to click with a few others? Yeah, go make a WhatsApp group, dude. Right? This seems a bit tense, Zach. 100%, dude. It's just like I love it when I get like all this negative feedback when I'm doing something that's really good for the community, right? It's great, right? Thank you, Zach. This is the first time I'm going to go through your content. 15 years of Java, know the basics of DE, but not into core data engineering. I would say for you, Faraz, you should just start with the community bootcamp, right? I would say that was the way that was the way to do it, right? Yeah. Hey, bro, I attended the previous boot camp. What I felt was the concepts were almost okay for those who were going to work for companies like Facebook and X, but for retail companies, I don't think so. I mean, sure, whatever. Like, like again, like data is data. Like data is data. Like you guys got to understand. Like data is data. Like freaking, I don't agree with that statement. Like at the end of the day, like how you do data modeling doesn't depend on the fucking company. Like it's the same. Right. And people are like, I don't know. Like, if you do it at Meta, they're going to do it differently at the basic companies. Right. Do you think the data product manager role will be more important than data engineering in AI age? I don't fucking know, dude. I don't know. Like, I don't fucking know. Like, it comes back to like, it's great. Right. It's whatever it is. Right. Right. Curious on your thoughts to move to a tax-free country. I can't move to a tax-free country because I'm an American citizen, so I would have to renounce my American citizenship to give up my federal taxes. So moving to somewhere like Dubai would be fucking stupid, right? What path would be helpful to get into a BA role? Learn SQL, learn Python, learn some fucking Tableau, right? And that would be the thing. All right, guys, I got like 10 more minutes. 1 second. I'm gonna make a little discount code here, and it will be good for it's going to be good for the subscription product, and it will be good for the first 5 people on the call. If you guys want to get in, and you can get 50% off. It'll be 50% off for the first 5 people on the call. So just give me 1 second here. I'll make the discount code here in just 1 second. If it's gonna freaking go, dude. Come on. There we go. All right. All right. So if you use code FREELIVEAUG, so FREELIVEAUG, that code, or you go to dataexpert.io/FREELIVEAUG, like if you go here, dataexpert.io/FREELIVEAUG, the first 5 people, you guys can get 50% off the subscription product. So like that's going to be the best deal you'll ever get in your whole entire life. I never give 50% off. Like, and it's only available for the next about 45 minutes. I will probably be killing it shortly after the live is over. So, but if you want to get into the paid product, get access to the cloud, get access to all that stuff, like this is your time. This is your time to freaking go and get some stuff and get some like actually take your stuff more seriously. Especially like if you do that, you can get in for $700 and then you can commit to a year of learning as opposed to this like 4 weeks, right? Curious, how'd you create the discount code feature? I mean, that's just JavaScript, right? I mean, at the end of the day, it's all just freaking JavaScript, right? It's like, I mean, you guys want to see that? You guys want to see freaking the discount code feature? Here, let's do it. So like what? We go into this. This is my gigantic tech creator Zilla website, right? It's a gigantic beast. So if I say like find in files and I say discount, right? Then we have what? Admin create discount code, right? And then that's this guy. But then that guy goes here. And this guy is our discount code, right? That we use for freaking running. And it's super old. We need to fix it. But like this discount code will allow you to then, it talks with Stripe at some point because I use Stripe on the back end, right? And so I don't know. That's literally how it works. Like it's like I could teach you guys that too if you wanted. I freaking it's gonna be great, right? The 3 books that you mentioned on the GitHub, are they good? Yes, obviously. I only recommend good shit. Do you have scholarships for third world countries? Like this is free. I don't know if you know, this is free. This is free. Yeah. So welcome. Right. The paid bootcamp must finish within specific time. Start from, if you pay, you have a year. Right? So that'd be the way to do it. I like this guy, Ayo, stinky JavaScript. Ew. JavaScript is what runs 90% of the internet. Right? That's the way to do it. What about Indian students? Do we have a price parity? We have free. This bootcamp is free, right? And I just gave you 50% off, and you should use it. And that's a good deal. It's not even 1 lakh, right? It's like freaking like what, $700. It's freaking like really good. So yeah, 100%. Like that would be. Remember, like you want to do dataexpert.io/freeliveaug, right? FreeLiveAug. That's going to be the way that you can get it going, right? So we have about 8 more minutes of this live. So can you guys just ask me more interesting questions? Like I'm excited, right? I'm struggling to land interviews with 2 years of DE experience. I've completed the community bootcamp. I'm ready to upskill. Which data expert courses would you recommend to help me land a job? I'd probably recommend the paid bootcamp that starts in September, which is not open yet. We're going to be opening sales next week for that. So there'll be a paid bootcamp that starts in September. I would recommend for that, right? Is that discount for the paid bootcamp? No, it's for the subscription product, right? So I can pay now with the 50%. Can I join the September 15th bootcamp? No. Like you can get the subscription product, right? Which has 250 hours of content, right? Yep. I'm going to be a top student in this bootcamp. Thank you, Rend. I really appreciate it, right? Does DE contain a lot of modular programming or free code also works? I mean, there's not that much OOP. I'm not so good at OOP. You don't really do object-oriented programming in freaking data engineering. It's not that much, right? So, right. Ada, if you talk with me, I can probably get you in for 50% off. Like you just have to freaking reach out to me. Like, but the sales for that haven't opened yet. So we need to open the sales for that. And then that will be the way to do it. How to apply the bootcamp to a specific tool like Snowflake. Snowflake told me to fuck off. All right. Like this bootcamp was supposed to have Snowflake, but they don't want to support me. Snowflake doesn't want to support me in teaching 50,000 students. They said that the best they can do is $0. So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna freaking use you guys then. I'm not gonna use you guys because they told me to fuck off. So yep, 100%. If I buy the yearly subscription, will I be able to get access to the next bootcamp? No, that's not how it works. You get access. You get access to the content. So like how it works. So if you buy a year, right? So in September, the bootcamp will launch. You don't get access to the live cohort, but then in October or November, you get access to the content, right? So do you mind sharing how much is the paid bootcamp? It's $3,000. It's $3,000, right? What IDE is popular among data engineers? Cursor, right? Do you think AI can replace data engineers? No. Is the fundamental of data engineering book enough for knowing data engineering? No. You have to learn. Like you can. It's like people like I hate this question. I hate this question so much because this question, like why I don't like questions like this question's like, what is the least amount I can learn, right? Which is such a bad mentality. It's such a bad mentality, right? At the end of the day, you should be thinking about what's the most I can learn? What's the most I can get, right? It's like you need to be learning and learning and learning. If you're like, oh, I read one book, I'm done, right? Fuck that. Fuck that mentality. Like, it's such a bad mentality, right? And it's like, freaking at the end of the day, like you need to be soaking up as much information as possible, right? Like, and don't be thinking about what's the least amount I can learn, right? It's for knowing data engineering. I've been doing data engineering for 11 years and I still don't know it. All right. 11 years of doing it almost every day, right? There's still more. There's still more to learn, right? So that's a big thing to remember, right? So, like, do you cover Databricks? No, Databricks told me to fuck off as well. So, pipelines for finance products like QuickBooks would be good. I'm definitely not doing that, but yeah. Did you ever think about going into academia? Yes, when I was like 20 years old, but professors are poor. Like, there was no way I was going to make $2 million a year as a professor, right? Are there any payment plan options for the second kickoff? Yes. Yes. If someone who already has a subscription was mentally ill and he couldn't access it for 4 months of the past year, can he ask you to extend the period? No. You have 8 months. If I follow through both of the boot camps, can I build a project alone? Yes. Probably even at the end of this first boot camp, you can build a project alone, right? If I just bought your subscription for a year, how the hell do you stay consistent with studying and keeping with the learning? It's very easy. It's very easy, right? Wow, there's one left. Like the 50% is like pretty much cooked. 50% is totally cooked, dude. Like you guys just bought it. It's like hotcakes, right? I mean, at the end of the day, like you guys, I'm happy that like we're actually here and getting what we need, right? So for an absolute beginner changing careers, will the community bootcamp be doable after this free bootcamp? Yes. Yes. That's the whole point. That's why I'm making this bootcamp, is for all the people who complained about the community bootcamp, the community bootcamp being too difficult. Getting the subscription gives you access to the homework and projects too. Yes. So the subscription, right? Like here, let me show you what I mean. Like, so like if you buy the subscription product, right? So there's a whole other, so we have 2 GitHubs, right? So there's we have this one called the Data Expert GitHub. This is the paid GitHub, right? So in this GitHub, right, you would get access to literally everything in here, right? So you would get access to like the AI engineering bootcamp. You can go and do the AI engineering bootcamp capstone if you want to go and do the AI engineering bootcamp capstone. You could also do all the analytics engineering bootcamp homework. It's all right here, right? And so you get access to all of this, right? Because keeping in mind, then there's the Data Expert community boot. Then you have the community, which is the free community, right? So this is the one that has 7,000. You'll see like the paid one has a little bit fewer. It has like 14,000 or something, or has like 1,400 people, right? So like, yeah, you get access to all this GitHub material, and that's literally how you can like get access to all this stuff. So like 100%, right? So like definitely recommend it. So like if you are interested in joining the subscription product, right? I would say you would want to join here, free live OG. You can get 50% off, right? I have to go now. See you guys later. See you, Krishna. I really appreciate you. You're really amazing. I'm really excited. I love your guys' energy. This is going to be such a good time, right? And yeah. So join late. What does the subscription cover, please? We'll do that one more time because I think that's an interesting thing here. So the all access subscription. So if you join the all access subscription, what you do is you'll get access to Databricks. Astronomer is Airflow. You'll get access to both Discords, to GitHub, to both GitHubs. You'll get an OpenAI key and you'll get an AWS key so that you can launch all your AWS stuff. And then what you do is the content that you actually get access to is unbelievable. So like you get access to like essentially all of my boot camps in the past, right? So like there's some here that are really good. Like if you're interested in Snowflake and dbt, you can do that. You can, if you're interested in full stack engineering, you can do that. If you're interested in building your brand on LinkedIn, you can do that. Here's this whole freaking thing on LinkedIn monetization. Or like you can also do like if you're interested in Spark and Trino. So this the 2025 New Year Data Engineering Bootcamp. This one is really, really good. This has a lot of really, really strong content in it that I would highly, highly recommend that you can also go through. This content is really, really solid. So that would be the other big place that you would go through. But at the end of the day, there's 250 hours of content here. You can learn pretty much whatever you want. You get free access to everything in the cloud. We'll be adding Snowflake here soon. There's a little bit of a bug with Snowflake right now, but we're going to be adding him back very soon. So that would be the way that I would be thinking about it, right? Is DSA needed for DE 100%? Like you have to at least know it a little bit. Like DSA is at least you got to know like the basics, like stacks, arrays, freaking recursion, all that stuff, right? Yeah. So free live og is the freaking discount code. Coming from someone with bad ADHD, how do you use it as a strength in DE? At the end of the day, like you have to freaking realize that like if you have bad ADHD, you need to freaking do that, right? And like ADHD has hyperfocus. So as long as you love it, like you have to be very confident that you actually love it, right? That's going to be the thing, right? That would be the way that I would be thinking about it, right? I'm currently in your All Access subscription as a fourth year undergrad student. Will I be ready for an entry level job after taking the DE bootcamp? Yeah, right. Free live og. It's because it's free live og, dude. Free live og. You got to put the E in there. Free live og. Subscribed. I'm sold. Awesome, Carnatic. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate all of you guys. Right. I think it's going to be really, really solid. There's going to be a really great time here. And we're going to be able to have just an unbelievable amount of energy here and flow that will give us so much. Right. And like you guys are going to be like so committed and so dedicated. And I know that that's good. Right. Is All Access Sub available with paid bootcamp? So the All Access Sub gives you 1 year of access to the content, right? And then like you also will get a discount if you want to join the live cohort, like the live cohort with the career help and the interview prep and all that stuff. If you want to join that as well, like you can freaking join that as well, right? That's another big piece that you can also do for sure. Like that's I highly recommend doing that as well. But like, right. Is there a promotion for the SEP bootcamp? That's going to be pretty soon, right? We will have a September bootcamp that will be launching pretty soon. If you guys are interested in the September bootcamp, please reach out to support at dataexpert.io. So support at dataexpert.io. We will have promotions going for sure. So not 50% off, just letting you know, because like subscription product, I can be a lot more better about, right? Is for the pay for version, right? 50% coupon is for the pay for version. Yeah, like why would I give you a coupon that was for something that was for free? Okay, so will the All Access Sub give me access to the new bootcamp happening on September 15th? Yeah, but at the beginning of next year, like in January, probably it will give you access to that content, but you won't get access to the career help. You won't get access to the mentorship. You won't get access to the speaker sessions, right? You just get access to the content, right? When is the next free bootcamp? It's literally in 2 days. All right. The next free bootcamp is in 2 fucking days. So when does the coupon expire? End of August? No, the coupon expires in like 40 minutes. Coupon expires. I don't just give 50% off like that all the time. You got to understand 50% off is crazy. That's a crazy freaking coupon. Right. So how do we obtain bootcamp certificate? Show up to all the classes, do all the homework, right? How you do it. Amazing, everyone. Amazing. I really appreciate each and every one of you. I would recommend taking me up on the 50% off if you have the means to do so. It's going to be probably one of the best opportunities that you could get to like kind of invest in your future, right? So that would be the way to do it. Yep, that's going to be great. And I really appreciate everything that you guys are doing. And yeah, it's all access. Yeah, all access to all the content, right? 100%. That's correct. And like all the energy here, I know everyone in here is going to make me proud. I know a lot of you are going to let me down, but that's fine. There's 400 of you on YouTube right now. And the thing is like 400 of you on YouTube. And the people who are left here, there's probably like maybe 30 or 40 of you are going to actually deliver, because the fact that you stayed on the live for the hour is a very good thing, right? Yeah. Any discount on the paid bootcamp? Would like to join that? Hit me up on LinkedIn. We can get you going. Sunrising. Just send me a DM, right? Send me a DM. Like maybe I actually have that. 1 second. I might have the paid bootcamp. 1 second. Let me just I need to go to my admin portal real quick. I think we can actually get that rolling. So, okay. So it's this one here. Can we make this active? 1 second. Make this active. What is this? What is the freaking, where is the link here? View program. Okay, so we can make this active, and then this one should be what is this guy? I think we can do this, right? Oh, it's a little buggy right now. So if you guys, it's not gonna work right now. So we gotta just, if you guys can send me a DM, and that'd be fine, right? Any deal on Black Friday, maybe, right? I'm thinking of doing the free then pay for a year. Yeah, it's probably not going to be better than 50%. 50% is about as good as I'm going to do for Black Friday. So like, yeah, that's like, yeah. Yes, sir. I'm one of 30. Let's go. Can you recommend some books? AI Engineering by Chip Huan. Fundamentals of Data Engineering by Joe Reese. Yeah, I think those are the two. I signed up, but I'm CET. I don't think I can attend live. Yeah, the bootcamp, all the classes are pre-recorded, so it doesn't fucking matter, right? um, does the beginner bootcamp include Spark? It gives you access to Spark in the freaking in the second class, right? So in the community bootcamp, right? The beginner bootcamp doesn't include Spark because Spark gets confusing. It gets in the way of building data pipelines, right? Can you share the Discord channel? Yeah, like so. Here, let me just share you guys like how you guys can get the Discord channel because it's actually a pretty big Discord channel now. So if you just Google like so if we go to like Data Expert IO community, right? Community Discord, right? And then it's right here, right? I'm in, right? It's literally that easy. So if you just Google the Data Expert Community Discord, the Data Expert Community Discord, right? So that's all you got to do. And that will allow you to get into the Discord, right? And like I freaking, any prerequisite for the next bootcamp, you have to be alive, all right? Do you offer a guarantee, a job after this bootcamp? Imagine I could offer a job guarantee for a free bootcamp, right? I mean, if it's a paid bootcamp, I don't offer a job guarantee for my paid bootcamp because again, like my pricing is like to offer a job guarantee, I would need to charge like freaking $8,000 or $9,000, right? And a lot of you don't want to pay $9,000 and I'm down to charge a couple $1,000s and give you guys a lot of really good content and a lot of good really resources. But I do not offer a job guarantee because the market is crazy, right? Are you using the same Discord channel for the community bootcamp? Yeah, like I don't know, like what's your go-to model in Cursor right now? Claude. I don't know. Thanks a lot for your energy and giving us all this. Yeah, for sure. I think it's gonna be great. Will I get all tools access even in yearly subscription? Yes. That's literally all access gives you all the tools. It gives you Databricks. It gives you freaking Airflow. It's going to give you Snowflake. Snowflake's a little buggy right now. We're literally like working night and day to try to get Snowflake working. Snowflake just recently added 2-factor. So like, it's like super fucking annoying to get the students in. But yeah. While I'm working through the beginner bootcamp, should I also focus on learning more Spark fundamentals before starting the community bootcamp? Sure. But the community bootcamp only covers Spark for like 5 seconds. There's only like 5 hours of content of Spark. So, right. Yep. I would pay 10K USD for a job guarantee. Yeah. Well, then, like, yeah, I know some people would. Some people would. I just don't want to do that. I don't like going depth. I don't like doing depth with people. I would rather freaking teach more people and at a lower price point. Because it's like it comes back to like freaking like I don't want to have to teach you freaking like all the interview stuff, all the freaking just every single fucking piece of every single puzzle. Like I don't like that, right? Zach, do you have a 2025 roadmap? I have a 2023 roadmap or a 2024 roadmap, and it really hasn't changed that much. Here, let me share my screen. I'll get you a freaking 2024 roadmap. So if we go to again, like if you just, I think if you just Google the 2024 data engineering roadmap, I think am I the first hit? I gotta be right. Oh, I'm not. That's super annoying. Well, I'm up there. So it's this one, the 2024 breaking into data engineering roadmap. This one's free. So if you just Google the 2024 breaking into data engineering roadmap, there we go. Yeah. I love how Databricks still tries to steal that. I hate you, Databricks. Why? I am the first hit, not you. The stupid sponsored bullshit. Like I'm the first hit. anyways, that's that's where I would go. Sorry for the rage. Does the paid bootcamp include yearly subscription? The paid bootcamp gives you lifetime access to the content in the bootcamp. So you get lifetime access to that content. Like, so you have it forever, right? But you do not get yearly subscription. So the yearly subscription is separate. So, but you do get lifetime access to the content that's in there. So like, and so you'll have that content for years, right? Yeah. Databricks paid to move your page down, bro. Yeah, it's great. Will the bootcamp videos be available in the Discord channel? It will be all on learn.dataexpert.io, right? I have started of modeling on GCP. Is it okay instead of being on Databricks, the more popular choice? Like, it doesn't fucking matter. Data is data, right? It's like you need to learn facts and dimensions. You need to learn conceptually, right? Where to learn Spark? My bootcamp. God damn it, people! Like freaking my bootcamp. Freaking like you guys want to see where to learn Spark? Like here, I'll give you guys more like freaking. Sometimes people like don't understand that like I have already busted my entire fucking ass. All right, on everything. So if we go to program and we go to the community bootcamp, we go to overview, we see Apache Spark fundamentals, right? And we go into what there's freaking Apache Spark architecture optimizations and best practices day 1 lecture. Start here. video, and you have access to this right now, right? You have access to all of this content if you join the free bootcamp. Make sure to invite your friends. Make sure that they join. So it's going to be super important to that they join too. So where can I learn SQL Click? This bootcamp. God damn it. Is Spark Streaming the same as Kafka? No. Spark Streaming processes Kafka. You can think of Kafka as data in a line waiting to be processed, and the river that processes the data is Spark Streaming. So they're different. Role of data engineering would need to wake up at 3 a.m. to fix the data pipeline in an emergency. Could you share your experience? Yeah, and it's awful. That's like a lot of data engineers are experiencing burnout. So if you guys want to join the subscription product, 50% off. I opened a couple more because I think that like some of y'all are interested in this. I opened we freaking went all the way up, like all the way, like it was insane. So and so we got a bunch of more people in. So that's where you can get access to it, and we can get a bunch more people in. So that'd be good. Is Apache Spark's fundamental available as part of the free bootcamp, as it says saying in the perch? Yeah, yes. Why is Alex the analyst beefing with you? Because like we just have different perspectives, right? Because Alex the analyst is like really about stay in your lane, do your job, and do your job well. And I'm more about like learn everything, right? We just have different mentalities, right? So it's like I'm more about like becoming an end-to-end data knowledge worker, and he's more about like be a very good analyst, right? And they're both good. They're just different, right? I have worse work-life balance than him, right? I have worse work-life balance and I make more money, and he has better work-life balance and better mental health. So like it comes back to like how you want to do it, right? Bootcamp Community Edition will be free for how many months? 1, right? Is there any prerequisites for the bootcamp? Yeah, you have to be alive. It literally says that. Are you going to teach about vector databases? Fuck no, right? It's a beginner bootcamp. So new videos coming on the 14th of August bootcamp that started today, and all the videos will be free. Yes, all of them will be free. Is free live OG still active? Yes, it's gonna be active for another like 30, 40 minutes. That's all. Like, so I highly recommend like checking it out and getting in and freaking joining the freaking place, right? Because it's gonna be great. It's gonna be a really good time, and like I'm really excited because like at the end of the day, it's like if you take this beginner bootcamp and then you take the subscription product, like you guys will be so good. Because it's like the beginner bootcamp will give you the skills that you need to like understand everything in the subscription product, right? And then the subscription product will be freaking so wide open to you. The world will be your oyster. You'll be able to build in the cloud. You'll be able to build on AWS, build on Databricks, build on Airflow. All of that stuff will just be open and amazing to you, and you'll live happily ever after, right? So like that's the way to do it. So if I have a bootcamp, if I have the bootcamp access, I will have lifetime access for all the content. If this bootcamp and the content of the older boot camps, like the subscription product and the boot camp that you buy, no, you buy a specific segment, right? And then you have lifetime access to that segment, and you get all the freaking career help and all that stuff, right? Have you ever used Apache Beam? Yeah, it's underwhelming. It's a technology that freaking like is not great. It's like they try to marry streaming and batch together, and it's just not great. They're going to be a dedicated session on fundamentals of orchestration. Yes, that's data pipelines, basics, data pipeline fundamentals, right? Do you recommend the bootcamp for current junior mid-level data engineers? Sure, right? Can we complete community edition until September 30th? Yes, I'm being nice. I extended it more, right? So you're welcome, right? Do you think that DEs will write less code because of AI? Yes. All right. Can we complete the community bootcamp until September 30th? Yes. Just yes. Is there any? Yeah. You guys keep asking the same fucking questions. Yes, there's going to be a session dedicated to fundamentals of orchestration, 100%. Like that's part of the data pipelines. We're going to be using Airflow, so it'll be great. So highly recommend it. This is not related, but what's your opinion on SF? Is it overrated? I've lived here for 10 years. I think it's the best city in the world. Hey, how do I join the free bootcamp? So if you go to learn.dataexpert.io, just go to learn.dataexpert.io and that'll be it, right? What time the videos will be live on Monday? I'll let you know. There's going to be more communication. There's going to be a lot more communication as we freaking go through this. You guys got to understand, like, I still have to do this, right? So that's the way to do it, right? So does bootcamp teaches you Databricks? No, it doesn't fucking teach you Databricks. Why would it teach you Databricks? Like, like freaking no, like definitely not. Like freaking if they supported me, if they actually gave a shit and supported me, then yeah, like I would be down. But they were very clear, right? So no, like Will the videos of the bootcamp be published on YouTube also? Yes. Where is attendance check? So the attendance check is you have to watch the videos on learn.dataexpert.io, and that'll be the way to do it. Apart from SF, which state pays well for DE? Washington State. So California, Washington State, New York. That's about it. Like, any hardware requirements for the bootcamp? Probably. Like, yeah, are these live sessions or recorded? They're all recorded. I'm not doing live. I only do live for paid. That's the only time I'm going to do it. So freaking, that's the way to think about it. Like, definitely, I'm going to keep this, I'll keep the discount code open for a little bit longer so that y'all will, like, be ready. But, yeah, I just bought the all year access subscription, but I don't have access to the credentials. It says I have indirect access. Like, I need to see what's going on with like I don't know what page you're on. Like, I need to like we'll fix that. All right. There's like it should be working. Like that's very interesting. We will like anyone who's having that problem, just like we will get all of that working here very shortly. Like I like a lot of this stuff, like the credential stuff, is very new, and like it's a big part of the platform that we're trying to get right, and that like it's working for most people. It's just that like we're trying to make it so that it works for everybody in the right way, right? So it should work eventually. Like if you are like, so how it works, right? You have to make sure that you are on the right program. So if you're you need to be on the all access subscription. So like for example, if I like go to let me go to like a one that has like a so you have to be on this page specifically. It has, if you don't see all access subscription here, then you are in the wrong page, because like other credentials can be available, but you have to be on the subscription page, right? On the one that you bought, right? Yes. Just subscribe to the yearly subscription. Amazing, Saad. I really appreciate you. You're going to cover the time you spent on this live streaming through these short wins, right? It's going to be great. I'm really excited, y'all. This has been great. Like I'm really, really pumped to see like where everyone goes with this. And like, thank you so much for supporting me through this journey. And I know that like this free bootcamp is going to be amazing, and we're going to have a really, really good time building together and growing together. I will keep that subscription code open till 4 p.m. So about for another 40 minutes. So you have 40 minutes to do that. But I got to get going, y'all. This was a great stream, great live. I really appreciate each and every one of you on here. So get ready. Make sure to join the Discord. Remember, I'm going to go and share how to do that one more time. So like if you want to join the Discord, right, you need to go just Google the Data Expert Community Discord, right? And then you'll see this very first link here, the Data Expert Community. And then this will give you a link to the Discord, and then you can join. So that's going to be the easiest way to join the Discord, is just by Googling it, right? Right. What is the code for? A free code for the paid subscription. It's going to give you 50% off, right? How much more content is included in the paid version? Way more. The subscription product has 250 hours of content, right? And this bootcamp is going to be like 12 hours of content. So 250 versus 12, right? It's so much content that like there's no way you're gonna complete it all. No one has done all 250 hours. Like it's so much, right? So like it's insane, right? It's like it's way too much. Like it's freaking, you would have to like, you'd have to watch it for like 8 hours. You think about it, you'd have to watch it 8 hours a day for like 3 months, right? Will there be support by the data expert team for subscribers? Of course. If you pay, you get support, right? And like you can ask questions to the TAs, right? So that's the way to do it, right? So I would highly recommend that, right? So yeah, it's gonna be really great. I really think that there's gonna be a lot that's going on here. I want to transition from data analyst to data engineer. Doing only your bootcamp enough for me? If you do the paid one, yeah. Like I mean, and like because it's again like it comes back to like I don't know like how much skill you have, but if you're a data analyst to data engineer is a very common path that I'm very used to like helping. It's probably one of the most common, right? That'd be great, right? I have joined the Discord, but would there be a separate channel for the AUG bootcamp? Yes, we're gonna be having more stuff. Don't worry about it, right? Lifetime access to the content. If I'm in the all access, no, it's a yearly subscription. You have to pay every year. So like if you get in at 50% right now, then like you get 50% off forever as long as you stay subscribed, right? So that's the other thing to remember, is that like this is a big investment, right? Where it's like you're getting like freaking so much here that like you would be able to just like really invest in your future, right? And so I'm really excited to see where you guys go with this. It's going to be really great. Hey, mate, I'm currently working as a DevOps engineer with around 3 years of experience in Python, Bash, and 5 in AWS. I'm looking for a career switch. which course would you recommend? I mean, the subscription product's great. I think that you would probably want the paid bootcamp as well, though. The paid bootcamp is probably the other big spot that you would want to be in, right? And we're going to be doing another live next week for the paid bootcamp. So like, and there'll be a live that will be kind of related to all this stuff. So I'm really excited. Make sure you guys invite your friends to join this, because remember, like, this is going to be very accessible. It's going to be a very, very accessible bootcamp, right? And that's going to be a big thing to remember, right? Is that quick question? How is data engineering going to transition with all this AI things? It's going to be great. So like, think about it this way, like AI, data engineering is all about making it so that you can enable people to make good decisions based on truth, right? And like the decision making is usually done by like an analyst or a data scientist or an executive, right? But in this case, you have like you can now have the decision making be automated, right? And AI is going to be automated, right? I tried, but the first page displays any pages. The I don't know, man. Like freaking just email support, paid subscription. Let's go. I mean, Christopher, I freaking really appreciate you. I really appreciate that, right? Not able to LinkedIn DM you, like, yeah, you can. I'm an open account. Okay, if you can't freaking DM me, then like just DM, send an email here. So if you guys are interested in the paid bootcamp, go to support@dataexpert.io. We will be opening sales here pretty shortly. Also, if you're part of the subscription product, we will get you a discount, right? We will get you a pretty good discount if you're part of the subscription product. So this can be a double investment, right? What's the discount code? So we'll get that one again. So we have free live AUG. So free live AUG is the discount code. So if you do dataexpert.io/free live AUG, that will give you what you want, right? And that will give you 50% off, which is I never offer 50% off ever. Like, it's literally like freaking, like, this is like a kind of like a once in a blue moon, I'm being nice, feeling generous kind of thing, you know? So I highly recommend investing in this stuff and just like checking out the content and like getting through it, and like freaking, especially like as you go through this content, as the beginner bootcamp goes through and you like get more confidence, then the subscription product is going to make more sense, right? And so I highly recommend all of that, right? I'm new in the space. Is DevOps engineer too late to get into? Just wondering why you would switch. DevOps is great. Do you think 27 is old to start DE in the age of AI? No. 27 is so young, dude. You're like a little child, dude. Like, you're freaking so young. Anything, especially anything under 30 is freaking really young, right? Freaking, I know so many people, like, you think about it this way, like, so I started DE when I was like 22, right? So I was 22 when I started DE. And then when I was 26, I was making $500,000 a year at Netflix. All right. So you're 27, you start DE. If you have the same trajectory, when you're 31, you're going to be making $500,000 a year. It's possible, right? I know that you probably don't believe that, but it is totally possible, right? It's like freaking have to leave, have my kid's doctor's appointment. Looking forward. Yeah, Tanvi, thank you so much for your energy. I really appreciate you showing up today, freaking, and staying on the live. Like, freaking, there's so much good energy. Like, I mean, it's going to be great, right? Could you please show how you joined this bootcamp you were mentioning? Yeah, sure. So if you go to like learn.dataexpert.io, just go to this website and it will be very clear how to join. Like, is it too late to start as a beginner in early 30s? No. I think that, like, I think my line in the sand is like 80. If you're 80, it's probably too late, right? So like, but if you're 30s, 40s, whatever, right? Like, you like, especially like if you have like, because you got to think about it, like, freaking, if you can work for 10 or 15 years as this career, like, why not? What differentiates a great DE from a good DE? Understanding the business. Like, if you actually understand what's going on in the business and how the business makes money and how information in the business can actually change and how you can make the business more money or save the business cost, right? That's going to be the big things that you're going to want to do, right? For sure, right? Can you still get hired at FANG even if you graduate from a tier 3 college? I did. I was tier 3 college. So 100%. Like, I think it's possible. It's more difficult. Like, I think that like nowadays it's like even more difficult because like FANG is like kind of tightening up, right? It's kind of like, it's more difficult than it was, but like, is it possible? 100%. Like, it's 100% possible to do all of those things, right? So like, I mean, you want to be able to like kind of like step through and go through and get all this stuff going, because like it's going to be amazing, right? Hi, Zach. Last question. Where we see CI/CD and DE, put some light on it in terms of learning perspective. So it's very important. So CI/CD, like, because it's like there's two. Okay, let's think about like the different types of data quality problems real quick, right? So you can have a data quality problem that happens because your source breaks. That's hard to prevent. That's something that you have to prevent in production. You have to prevent that with a data quality check in production. But there's another type of problem that can happen. You can also have data quality problems that happen because a data engineer changes the pipeline in a way that breaks it, right? Or changes the pipeline in a way that creates bad data. So like, and that can be caught before you deploy, right? It can be caught before you deploy. So like, and if that can be caught before you deploy, then that's going to be freaking really amazing, right? And that's where CI/CD works. And so how it works in data engineering is when you build like a Spark pipeline, right? You need to create a bunch of fake input data. So like maybe like 10 rows of input data. And then you need to say like, okay, if I give the pipeline this data, I expect this output data, right? That's going to be the big thing, right? Right. Come on, guys. Let's be serious with questions here. Which other serious bootcamp guarantee a job offer? Like, I mean, do you have $10,000? Do you have $10,000? Like, I can probably help you if you have $10,000, right? Is GitHub Actions plus Prefect good for orchestration? Yeah, Prefect's great. I think Prefect's great. Airflow is great. Dagster's great. They're all pretty great. They're all about the same. But yeah, they're like GitHub Actions is good for CI/CD, and then Prefect is great for the other one for sure. I have a master's degree, but no experience, fresher. Can I still get a job? I have a business analytics degree. I mean, yeah, if you have a master's degree, like, holy shit, you're more educated than me, man. And I got a job. Like, if I got a job, you can get a job for sure. Everyone can get a job, right? I mean, at the end of the day, like, it's freaking nuts, right? So it's like, I'm excited. Your videos have been so helpful. If I have a DE interview tomorrow, would you recommend what I focus on the most? Like, learn SQL or practice some SQL problems, practice some data modeling problems. I'd say some data modeling and SQL problems are both going to be really important. So remember, guys, like I would say, like, if you're interested, remember, you got 30 more minutes here for the subscription product, 50% off, and we will be launching the we'll be launching the free bootcamp here on Monday. So we'll be making a bunch of content this week. It's going to be really great, doing a lot of filming, a lot of planning, and we will be going from there. But I'm heading out, y'all. I hope y'all have a fantastic Friday, a fantastic weekend. Get ready. Just like start reading up. Maybe get if you're interested in like some reading that you can do over the weekend to get excited, I would get the fundamentals of data engineering. So the fundamentals of data engineering. So there's a good book here called The Fundamentals of Data Engineering that I would highly recommend that you guys either buy or get a PDF of, right? And then that's going to be the big things, right? That I would recommend. Mad Dog, if you're asking about different things for the product, right? I would just recommend reaching out to support@dataexpert.io. If you have any questions about the paid bootcamp, we can get you a discount for the paid bootcamp. We can also get you in for freaking all sorts of different things. And the main difference is one-time payment will also freaking give you lifetime access. It's more expensive though. So anyways.